McLean. Tonight, we are asking questions on this big story. We learned that tips sent to a fraud committee haven't been passed along. But first, let's take a look at the people caught in the balance of the fraud crackdown in the state.
Renee Cooper begins our team coverage explaining why some are blaming state officials for a man's death.
Yeah, industry advocate Josh Berg has been sounding the alarm about the dangers of clients abruptly losing their in-home care. He did so again today, telling us a client was now found dead after others in the apartment building smelled an odor.
The police had not suspected any foul play, but still under investigation, and I don't know any more details other than that at the moment.
A client of the DHS-administered ICS program found dead on Monday. Josh Berg says they were last seen by their provider, Relief Health Services, last week.
If a person doesn't show up in a residential service or staff aren't there, that literally puts a person at risk of homelessness, death, you name it.
Relief Health Services declined an interview, citing attorney advice. DHS stopped their payments, citing credible allegations of fraud. They dispute that, but had to halt services in the meantime. Berg says there's no system to ensure continuity of care, meaning clients are abruptly on their own.
And now we have a death on the hands of the administration because of it.
What do you say to that? I mean, they're placing blame for this death and say there have been warnings of this outcome for months on DHS.
I think that providers that are taking state dollars and have authorization from counties to provide these services need to provide the services that the people deserve.
Berg says Relief Health Services tried to find the client alternative care, sharing pages of emails they sent the state over the last month, seeking help and expressing concern over a, quote, lack of correspondence from case managers and the reluctance of other providers to accept new clients.
Is continuity of care being provided for these people whose services are abruptly stopped for the clients?
I personally reach out to the leaders of counties to make sure that the case managers are working to transition these people, and I have not heard from county leaders that they're unable to handle that.
Now, the temporary DHS commissioner there, she said she couldn't speak to this client specifically, but that the client health and safety in general is a top priority. Now, just before we hit air here at 5, I did hear over the phone from a representative with Relief Health Services. I'll share more of what they had to say coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Live at the Capitol, Renee Cooper, 5 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Renee. So in the meantime, where are hundreds of tips of fraud involving taxpayer-funded programs going?
The House fraud chair revealed today that they are not being handed over to state investigators. And that answer did not sit well with DFL members on the committee. Our Eric Shalou was at the Capitol. He joins us now to explain why and where these tips go, Eric.
Yeah, Lee and Paul, the Minnesota House Fraud Committee Chair Kristen Robbins says it comes down to trust. That's why Robbins says she hasn't sent whistleblower tips to the Department of Human Services. We learned today the tips are instead going elsewhere.
So, is there an inspection?
The Minnesota House Fraud Committee sharing new details about the whistleblower tips that come into GOP leadership.
The whistleblowers who reach out to us within the department are terrified.
Chair Kristen Robbins says that's why tips haven't been shared with the Department of Human Services investigators.
And to date, we have not because there is no trust.
Robbins explained what does happen.
When I get credible allegations of fraud from whistleblowers, we meet with them, we interview them.
Robbins added the U.S. Attorney's Office is one of the places she sends tips. DFL members urge the majority to send any fraud tips received to the Minnesota Department of Human Services Inspector General.
When you share with the with the Inspector General, they can shut off payment. The U.S. Attorney and the OLI can't. So as it relates to taxpayer dollars, if there are credible allegations that need to, even atomized, need to go to the Inspector General, and you are not turning them in, it actually means that you are preventing payments from being stopped.
Explain to Minnesotans one more time why you don't trust the people on the other side of the room to investigate these whistleblower tips.
Because they have had the power to investigate for at least 7 years, longer. And the whistleblowers come to me after they've already been to the department, after they've already been to the Attorney General, and they've generally been ghosted.
On the other side of the meeting room, we asked State DHS Inspector General James Clark about not receiving the committee's tips.
Do you feel as though that is stopping your efforts to stop fraud by not getting these tips and going around your office? Are you surprised at hearing what she said?
I don't know if surprise is the right word, but I want to work in partnership with anybody that is serious about tackling these issues, right? So if you have evidence that I can use to stop payments going to fraudsters, I would like that information.
Chair Robbins says there have been hundreds of whistleblower tips that have come in since the committee started that hotline in March. Live in the newsroom tonight, Eric Shalou, 5 Eyewitness News.
All right, Eric, and 5 Eyewitness News will continue to ask questions like these when it comes to fraud in the state and how it's being handled. You can find all of our reporting right now in the KSTP app.
3,000 educators in the state's largest school district started voting today on whether to authorize a strike. Anoka Hennepin Union educators say the offer on the table is forcing them to choose between better overall wages or more affordable health insurance. If they vote to strike, teachers could walk out as early as the first week of January. Earlier this month, the district said ensuring financial and operational stability for the district is a priority.
We've just learned now, this breaking news, a person has been hospitalized after a fire in Dayton. It's northwest of Anoka. Chopper 5 above the scene just after 1:30 this afternoon. And yeah, look at this. You can see most of the area around the house is charred. In fact, there's even a car in there burned. Fire officials say that the condition of the person who is hurt is not known. The second person at home was not hurt, and the cause of this fire is under investigation right now. Today, the Pohlad family announced 3 limited partners now joining them as partial owners of the Minnesota Twins.
Chris Long was at Target Field today. Chris, this is a big change for the franchise.
Yeah, it is. Since Carl Pohlad bought the Twins in 1984, it's been a family business. After initially saying they were going to sell the team, the Pohlads instead sought minority investors to cope with a $500 million debt, with causes ranging from the pandemic to stadium costs to a failed TV deal.
We've put the team, the financial foundation of the team in jeopardy, and we've lost the trust of Twins fans. And so when we think about how we best move forward, we got to do what's in the best interests of this organization and the fans.
They announced today selling 3 minority ownership stakes, 2 going to financial groups, Click Family Investments based in New York, and a collective of Minnesota business people headed by former Cargill exec George Hicks. His Vardy Partners Group is a global investment firm. The third new partner is Minnesota Wild owner Craig Leopold. The family also announced today Tom Pohlad is replacing his brother Joe as the Twins' controlling owner. Can you give an assurance to fans that some of this money will help make sure the team's competitive?
That's why we did it. We're not in the business of making money to put money in our pockets. Every dollar that we make should be put back on the field in stewardship of this team and in an effort to win a world championship. I'm well aware of how fans feel. I think they've lost trust and confidence in our family as owners. Yeah, that's why we're going through the transition that we are, is to earn back that trust.
Once Major League Baseball gets a new national TV contract and gets through what may be a difficult contract negotiation with the Players Association, franchise values could skyrocket. But Tom Pohlad said today neither the family nor their new partners are looking for short-term profits, saying they are committed to long-term ownership.
All right, Chris Long.
Yep, thank you, Chris.
Still ahead, tension rising between the U.S. and Venezuela, how the country is now responding after President Trump ordered a blockade of tankers in and out of the country.
Also ahead, a new lawsuit against Immigration and Customs Enforcement on behalf of some Minnesotans. What this suit alleges about recent ICE raids. You're watching 5 Eyewitness News at 5.
Hi, I'm Dean. You know, from Dean's Home Services. Need a new home comfort system? At Dean's, you can get a brand new AC and furnace with no interest and no payments until 2027 and get up to $2,600 in tax credits before they expire.
no-nonsense, non-stop flights to over 90 destinations. Get to going at suncountry.com.
You know those pictures of perfect closets that would make your friends jealous? Closets by Design made that affordable for me.
Take 40% off plus an extra 15% off. Call 1-800-BY-DESIGN or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Your new year of savings is just getting started at the Furniture Mart. Visit your nearest location to explore a unique selection of brands, price points for every home budget, and the Midwest's largest selection of in-stock inventory. Follow the red tags in store to find the right brands, the right prices, all right now. Only at the Furniture Mart. The new year, tailored to you.
Hi, I'm Dean. You know, from Dean's Home Services. And this is your DIY sister, Danielle. She thinks a video tutorial can help her finish a pipe repair under her sink. Call now to save a lot of trouble and $100 off any plumbing repair or installation.
I'm Rachel with a quick reminder to take care of your teeth because they're the only ones you get.
Every day, 5 Eyewitness News holds our leaders accountable.
Is it fair for an unelected official to be able to have so much power?
Uncovering questionable spending.
Dan, you know I can't be the only one asking this. What does that have to do with the Blue Line extension?
Being relentless on issues that affect our children.
So the parents can expect these issues to continue for the foreseeable future.
You're trusting us to hold our leaders accountable. Watch and see the difference only on 5 Eyewitness News.
More pressure now on Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to release video of the strikes on the alleged drug boats in Venezuela. Today, the Senate passed an annual military policy bill. This will authorize $901 billion in defense programs. This bill increases troop pay by 3.8%. Also, though, it pushes back on recent moves by the Pentagon, and it demands more information on those strikes, requiring the U.S. to keep troop levels in Europe the same and send military aid to Ukraine.
Now, all this as the tensions are rising with Venezuela, responding after President Trump ordered a blockade of tankers going in and out of the country. A full blockade is an act of war under international law, but Trump says he only wants to block sanctioned oil tankers, claiming it is about stopping the flow of drugs. Venezuela calling the president reckless and says the move could cripple its economy.
When you head out the door tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the mid-30s. By the afternoon, in the teens. Coming up in my forecast, I'll show you how strong winds, snow, and potentially icy conditions could impact your afternoon drive when 5 Eyewitness News continues.
Transform your home for less at Warner Stellian's year-end clearance.
I'm Derek, General Manager for TWS Remodeling. At TWS, we improve homes, making them easier to live in, cook in, relax in, and grow in. From bathrooms and kitchens to windows and more, we have affordable solutions for your home. Like 20% off your entire project with no down payment, no interest, and no monthly payments for 12 months. Call or go online to twsremodeling.com and make your free, no obligation appointment today. Learn how TWS can make your life a little easier.
Stay cozy this winter with Northern 1-Hour Heating and Air Conditioning's $49 Essential Furnace Tune-Up. For just $49, we'll keep your heating system running safely and efficiently all winter long. Northern 1-Hour Heating and Air Conditioning is giving away a free air conditioner with the purchase of a high-efficiency furnace. That's right, buy a high-efficiency furnace and get a free AC. This offer won't last long.
Northern 1-Hour Air.
I have something for you.
I have something for you, too.
During the GMC holiday event, get a total value of over $6,400 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. We are professional grade.
Honey.
You too, huh?
The COVID-19? We're not waiting. If it's COVID,
Paxlovid.
Paxlovid is an oral treatment for adults with mild to moderate COVID-19 and a high risk factor for it becoming severe. It does not prevent COVID-19.
Our symptoms are mild now. but we're not risking it.
Paxlovid must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms and help stop the virus from multiplying in your body. Taking Paxlovid with certain medicines can lead to serious or life-threatening side effects or affect how it or other medicines work, including hormonal birth control. Tell your doctor about all medicines, vitamins, and herbal supplements you take, as certain tests or dosage changes of your other medicines may be needed. Tell them if you have kidney or liver problems, HIV-1, are or plan to be pregnant, or breastfeed. Don't take Paxlovid if allergic to its ingredients. Stop taking and call your doctor right away if you have allergic reaction symptoms. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, some severe like anaphylaxis, and liver problems. These are not all the possible side effects, so talk to your doctor.
If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Ask your doctor today.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement is facing a lawsuit from the ACLU on behalf of 6 Minnesotans. The lawsuit claims their constitutional rights were violated by ICE and other federal agents, and it asks the court to stop what they call unlawful attacks on protesters and observers.
To end the false sense of impunity that fuels the worst of defendants' misconduct, and to ensure that Minnesotans can assemble, observe, document, and criticize the government safely and without the fear of retaliation.
We have reached out to ICE for a response. We have not heard back.
All right, before you surprise a loved one with the newest smart device or trendy gadget this holiday season, you might want to keep in mind that many of today's most popular tech gifts come with ongoing subscription fees. Consumer Reports breaking down the smart shopping tips you need to know so that your thoughtful present doesn't turn into an unexpected expense for the person who's unwrapping it. Flashy tech gadgets are everywhere.
It's the holiday season. We're going to see a lot of things that we love.
Before picking out a tech gift, it's important to read the small print and check for subscriptions.
They will give you access to some things, but then the better things, you have to pay for it.
Many popular tech gifts offer basic features for free, but may keep their most useful tools behind paid plans.
That's why it's worth considering. Are you giving them a cool gift that's going to cost them in the long run? And are you willing to cover those subscription fees? And if so, for how long?
For example, fitness trackers. They give you health data at no cost, but some features that you might expect to be included, like deeper metrics or premium workout videos, usually sit behind a subscription. For doorbell cameras, live view and basic alerts might be free, but features like cloud storage, person detection, or package alerts can come with an extra cost. But there are also plenty of models that now include those extras without a paid plan. So Consumer Reports recommends comparing models.
Some video doorbells store recordings locally, so you don't need to pay for a subscription to access your clips. That helps keep ongoing costs down, and not everyone needs the premium features that come with those monthly fees.
Bundles are worth a look if a tech device needs extra accessories. Buying them together might be cheaper than paying for each piece later.
Check whether the gift works with the devices they already have. Some work best with certain phones or home systems, which can save them frustration and extra costs later.
Thinking about those details is important.
You don't want to give someone something they're going to return it.
A little research can go a long way this holiday season. All right, let's talk more about those returns. You got to check that return policy. Many stores will take a gadget back even if it's open during the holiday window, but some could charge a restocking fee, so beware.
Okay, I do not want a refund on these last 2 days. It was pretty nice.
It's
Felt
been nice. That pile of frozen snow at the end of the driveway. Yeah, I got the kids out there to break it down a little bit today.
Good, that's the way to do it, because that's all going to refreeze by this time tomorrow. So be aware of that. Coming up tomorrow, yes, Paul's already wanting to return this forecast. Strong winds, cold temperatures, light snow, and the potential for anything wet to flash freeze as we go into the afternoon. Here's our next weather maker, and yeah, kind of looks like an octopus with all the fronts. But I'll tell you what each one of these fronts will do. The warm front coming in tonight, it's going to bring in warmer air overnight and into tomorrow morning. It's also going to bring us some rain. This first cold front is going to drop temperatures starting probably around the morning drive, but it's this second cold front. That's the one that's going to make you grumble. That's going to drop temperatures even more as we go into the afternoon. So this evening, we will have some scattered rain showers moving west to east across the state. They'll reach the Twin Cities and the I-35 corridor after 8 o'clock. We'll have scattered rain across most of Minnesota as we go through the night. It will mix in with snow up north and maybe a little bit of rain during the morning drive tomorrow. Pausing it here at 9 o'clock, because let's talk about the winds. Notice how they're out of the southwest tomorrow morning. This is 7 o'clock. They're gusting 25, 35, close to 40 miles an hour. These are warm winds. And then those fronts push through. Wind gusts 40 to 50 miles an hour, pretty much across the whole state tomorrow, including in the Twin Cities metro. But northwest winds, so that means temperatures, they're going down. Now, I want to draw your attention to this blizzard warning. The Red River Valley, no-go zone tomorrow. They could have wind gusts over 70 miles an hour, plus more snow. So dangerous road conditions once you get northwest of Detroit Lakes. We have a winter weather advisory in effect along the I-94 corridor, and that does include the Twin Cities Metro. Not a lot of snow, but the potential for a little bit of snow and that flash freeze could make roads slippery tomorrow evening. So I've put temperatures on here. Here's tomorrow morning. You're walking out the door. It's in the mid-30s. You think, okay, we're going to get to the 40s like the last couple of days. First front comes through. Down to 25 degrees by noon with scattered snow showers. Second front comes through. By 3 o'clock, picking the kids up from school, it'll be in the teens, and temperatures keep dropping as we go into the evening with scattered bursts of snow and those strong winds. By 10 o'clock tomorrow, temperatures in the single digits, wind chills well below zero. So the driving impacts, and I mean after the noon hour tomorrow, I didn't just add an extra space there. Low impact from snow. It will get cold, but kind of a low impact there. But the potential for a freeze and the potential for very strong winds are on the higher side. So what this means, anything that's wet in the morning will freeze as we go into the afternoon. Blowing snow and low visibility possible in open areas in the Twin Cities and along the I-94 corridor. And please, parents, I know it's a battle every day. Make sure the kids have a winter jacket. They'll need it tomorrow afternoon. You'll need it as well, with temperatures dropping into the teens, wind chills below zero for the second half of the day. Still very cold Friday morning. And after a cold and quiet weekend with temperatures near 20 degrees, look at the warm-up heading into Christmas week. And yes, Christmas Eve is on the 7-day forecast, 34 coming up Wednesday afternoon. Back to you.
There you go.
It's around the corner.
All kinds of things. Hey, the location of the new Minnesota Hockey Hall of Fame has now been revealed.
Coming up next, what you can expect to see in this new massive space soon coming to the Metro. Straight ahead.
Gold, silver, and platinum prices are reaching new highs. Lock in your value now online or at American Rare Coin in Bloomington.